Hope you all had a great weekend. I got a tune for Dave. Bob Dylan's Tangled Up in Blue. Early one morning the sun was shining. I was laying in bed. Wonder if she changed it all, if her hair was still red. The folks that said our lives together sure was gonna be rough. They never did like Mama's homemade dress. Papa's bank book wasn't big enough. And I was standing on the side of the road, rain falling in my shoes, heading out for the East Coast. Lord knows I paid some dues getting through. Tangled up in blue. She was married when we first met, soon to be divorced. Helped her out of a jam, I guess, but I used a little too much force. We drove that car as far as we could, abandoned it out west. Split up on the dark sad night and agreeing it was best. She turned around and looked at me as I was walking away. I heard her say over her shoulder, I'll meet again someday on the avenue. Tangled up in blue. I had a job in the great North Woods, working for a cook for a spell. I never did like it all that much, and one day the axe just fell. We drifted down to New Orleans, where I happened to be employed, working for a while fishing boat outside of Delacroix. But all the while I was alone, the past was close behind. I seen a lot of women, but I never escaped my mind, and I just grew tangled up in blue. She was working in a topless place. I stopped in for a beer. I just kept looking at the side of her face in the spotlight so clear. Later on, when the crowd thinned out, I was just about to do the same. She was standing there at the back of my chair and said, Jimmy, do I know your name? Muttered something underneath my breath. I studied the lines on her face. I must admit I was a little uneasy when she bent down to tie the lace of my shoe. Tangled up in blue. She lit up a burner on the stove and offered me a pipe. I thought I'd never say hello, you look like the silent type. She opened up a book of poems and handed it to me, written by an Italian poet from the 13th century. And every one of those words rang true and glowed like burning coals, pouring out of every page like it was written in my soul from me to you. Tangled up in blue. Living in Montague Street, in a basement down the stairs. There was music in the cafes at night and revolution in the air. She started out dealing with slaves and something inside them died. She had to sell everything she owned and froze up inside. When finally the bottom fell out, I became withdrawn. The only thing I knew how to do was to keep on keeping on like a bird that flew. Tangled up in blue. Now I'm going back again. I gotta get to her somehow. All the people that we used to know, they're an illusion to me now. Some are mathematicians, some are carpenters' wives. I don't know how it got started, I don't know what they do with their lives. But me, I'm still on the road, heading for another joint. We always did feel the same, we just came from a different point of view.